Namaskar, good afternoon. You are watching Rajya Sabha Television. I'm Smriti Rastogi with the Midday News. Let's begin the bulletin with the headlines. ISRO successfully launches electronic intelligence satellite MESAT along with 28 nano foreign satellites from Sriharikota. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulate ISRO. Prime Minister Narendra Modi sounds poll bugle in Maharashtra, targets Congress NCP alliance at a rally in Wardha, says both parties looted farmers in the name of irrigation schemes, asserts his government determined to resolve water crisis in the region. Big breakthrough for the security forces in Jammu and Kashmir. Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist Fayaz Ahmad Lone arrested from Srinagar. 4 Lashkar terrorists killed in an encounter in Pulwama. 2 AK-47 rifles, other arms and ammunition recovered from the spot. Market surges high on first day of financial year beginning. Sensex rallies over 265 points, crosses 39,000 for the first time. Nifty touches 11,170 in early trade. "27 killed, 400 injured as rainstorm lashes southern Nepal. Rescue and relief operations underway. Nepal Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli visits storm-hit areas. Our top focus this afternoon, Indian Space Research Organization has successfully launched MESAT satellite along with 28 nano foreign satellites from Sriharikota today. The PSLV hosts 28 international nano satellites, 24 from US, 2 from Lithuania and 1 each from Spain and Switzerland. MESAT satellite was on board the polar rocket PSLV C-45 from this spaceport. The MESAT satellite is aimed at electromagnetic measurement. In a first for the agency, PSLV C-45 will place satellites in 3 different orbits, which will help facilitate research and experimentation in space. The mission would undertake orbital experiments, including on maritime satellite applications. This is ISRO's 3rd launch in 2019 after launching the GSAT-31 and the MicroSat-R in February and the 1.2 kilograms Kalamsat in January.
Today, PSLV C-45 has successfully injected ISRO's made EMISAT in 748-kilometer orbit, as well as 28 customer satellites in 504-kilometer orbit as demanded by the customer. This particular mission is very special for ISRO as there are many firsts in this mission. The first time the PSLV has flown in a new configuration of four-strap-on. The first time the PSLV is carrying out 3 orbital missions in a single flight. The first time the PS-4 is powered for carrying out experimental platform. And of course, this is the first time a new PSLV team doing this function.
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu congratulated ISRO for the successful launch. He said, "Another feather is added in ISRO's cap and the whole country is proud of our scientists and achievements." Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also lauded ISRO scientists for successful launch of MESAT.
सफलतापूर्वक लॉन्च करके 5 देशों की 2 दर्जन से ज्यादा सैटेलाइट को अंतरिक्ष में स्थापित किया गया है। देशवासियों की तरफ से सबसे पहले अपने वैज्ञानिकों को बधाई देता हूं।
Now all the election news from the upcoming Lok Sabha elections 2019. Prime Minister Narendra Modi sounded BJP's poll bugle in Maharashtra today. Addressing a poll rally at Wardha in Maharashtra's Vidarbha region, Prime Minister Narendra Modi targeted the Congress-NCP alliance in the state. He said that both Congress and NCP looted the farmers of the state in the name of irrigation schemes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi blamed 70 years of Congress rule for the drought in the region, along with weather conditions. Prime Minister asserted that the work on Lower Wardha irrigation project was being carried out on a fast pace. He said his government was determined to resolve the water shortage in this region.
जिन्होंने 70 साल तक गरीब को गरीब बनाए रखा, वो कभी गरीब का भला नहीं सोच सकते। ये वो लोग हैं जो गरीब के नाम पर योजना लाकर उस योजना के पैसे से अपनी तिजोरी भरने का काम करते हैं। यही काम इन्होंने कर्ज माफी के नाम पर किया, आपके पानी के साथ किया, आपकी सिंचाई परियोजनाओं के साथ किया। कांग्रेस और एनसीपी ने मिलकर सिंचाई परियोजनाओं के नाम पर यहां के किसानों को लूटा है। इसी का नतीजा है कि दर्जनों सिंचाई परियोजनाएं दशकों तक लटकी रही।
Meanwhile, Home Minister Rajnath Singh addressed a rally in Pithoragarh in Uttarakhand today. Addressing the rally, he said that Modi government has done more work in the last 5 years than any other recent government. He is also scheduled to hold rallies in Hardwar, Almora and Garhwal.
हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ने मुझे शपथ ली थी, उसी समय कह दिया था हमारी सरकार ही ये गरीबों को समर्पित है। हम लोगों का अपना है और यही में घोषणा में जो हम लोगों ने काम किया है कोई सरकार न कर पाई है, मैं यहाँ दावे के बाद कह सकता हूँ। इन लोगों ने 5 वर्ष में 25 लाख गरीबों के लिए मकान करवाए। यही आंकड़ा कोई प्रेस का लोग निकाल के देख सकता है। ये लोगों ने 5 वर्ष में 25 लाख मकान बनवाए और हम लोगों ने 5 वर्षों में 1 करोड़ 30 लाख मकान बनवाए। काम करने का तरीका ये है।
Meanwhile, Congress President Rahul Gandhi kicked off his party's election campaign in Telangana from Zahirabad. He will address rallies in 3 different constituencies of Telangana. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed BJP's Main Bhi Chaukidar event in New Delhi on Sunday. Addressing a massive gathering at the Talkatura Stadium, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that Chaukidar is a spirit and not an identity recognized by a uniform. He said that Chaukidar is representative of Mahatma Gandhi's concept of trusteeship. He added that the country does not need Rajas and Maharajas, but needs Chaukidars.
चौकीदार ये न कोई व्यवस्था है, चौकीदार ये न कोई यूनिफॉर्म की पहचान है, चौकीदार न ही कोई एक चौखट में बंधा हुआ है, चौकीदार एक स्पिरिट है, एक भावना है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that he took the decision for the Indian Air Force to conduct Balakot airstrikes as he thought that the game should be played from where terrorism is being remote controlled. He said that Pakistan was in a fix over the Balakot airstrikes, as if it acknowledges the airstrikes. It will have to accept that there was terror camp there.
सेना के जवान रोज लड़ रहे हैं। थोड़ा भी पता चले इस कोने में है तो पहुंच जाते हैं, और सुबह टीवी चालू करो तो पता चल रहा है हाँ वहां चल रही है गोलियां। वो हिम्मत के साथ कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ये कब तक चलेगा? और तब मैंने तय किया कि अब ये जहां से कंट्रोल होता है खेल वहीं खेला जाएगा।
Addressing the people, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that his government has ensured that honest taxpayers do not face any difficulty and those who are involved in scams get punished. Prime Minister Modi said that when 130 crore people of the country decide to take the nation to new heights, no force can stop India from becoming a developed nation. The event was beamed across the country at 500 places, where gatherings of BJP workers, professionals, watchmen, traders, farmers watched Prime Minister's address.
आपने देखा इस बार बजट में हमने ऑफिशियली पार्लियामेंट के फ्लोर पर टैक्स पेयर का धन्यवाद किया है। इनका गौरव करना चाहिए। हम उनको नीचा दिखा करके चाहें कि देश चले तो कैसे चलेगा भाई? अनाप शराब गालियां देकर के हम उनको परेशान करेंगे तो क्या होगा? हम उस रास्ते पर जाना नहीं चाहते। मेरे लिए टैक्स पेयर देश के गरीबों की सेवा करने के लिए वो अपनी भूमिका अदा कर रहा है, ईमानदारी से अदा कर रहा है। उसका मान सम्मान गौरव एक रास्ता। आज 2019 के चुनाव हर कोई मैदान में है, मतदाता बड़ी बारीकी से देख रहा है। और मुझे विश्वास है कि देश की जनता चौकीदार पसंद करती है। देश की जनता को राजा महाराजाओं की जरूरत नहीं है। देश की जनता को हुक्मनारों की जरूरत नहीं है। और इसलिए मुझे खुशी है कि चौकीदार का भाव निरंतर विस्तार होता जा रहा है।
And in a bid to consolidate its position in the south, Congress President Rahul Gandhi will contest from Wayanad Lok Sabha constituency in Kerala. This besides his traditional stronghold of Amethi in Uttar Pradesh. Making the announcement, veteran Congress leader from Kerala and former Defence Minister A.K. Antony said that Rahul Gandhi had agreed to fight from Wayanad following request from the party's state unit. Reacting to the development, CPIM Politburo member Prakash Karat said that the decision of the Congress to field Rahul Gandhi from Wayanad shows that the party wants to take on the left in Kerala. He added that his party will work to ensure Gandhi's defeat in Wayanad. CPI leader D. Raja also questioned the decision of the Congress, saying it made no sense as the fight was between the left and the Congress-led UDF in Kerala. Taking a sharp dig at Rahul Gandhi, contesting from 2 seats, BJP President Amit Shah said that Rahul Gandhi has left Amethi and run to Kerala because he knows that voters will seek account from him in Amethi this time. And former Congress General Secretary P. Sudhakar Reddy from Telangana on Sunday joined the BJP. P. Sudhakar Reddy joined the BJP in presence of its chief Amit Shah, hours after meeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Reddy said Reddy had held several important positions in the Congress, including that of a secretary of the All India Congress Committee. And BJP released its 14th list of 3 candidates in Odisha for Lok Sabha elections. It also released 5th list of 11 candidates for elections to Odisha State Legislative Assembly. Meanwhile, the party on Sunday had released its list of 4 candidates for Gujarat Lok Sabha elections. The party releases names for Anand, Chota Udaipur, Junagadh and Patan Lok Sabha seats. And the Congress party also released list of 2 candidates for Lok Sabha elections. The party has fielded Ghulam Ahmed Mir from Anantnag seat in Jammu and Kashmir and K. Muralidharan from Vadakara in Kerala. The Supreme Court on Monday asked 21 opposition leaders to file their reply on the Election Commission's affidavit on their plea regarding VVPAT slips in Lok Sabha polls. Opposition leaders led by Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu had sought that VVPAT slips of at least 50% of voting machines in each assembly constituency be checked randomly during Lok Sabha polls next month. A bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi asked the senior advocate A.M. Singhvi, appearing for the opposition leaders, to file the reply by next Monday. The poll panel had on Friday last sought dismissal of the petition. In its affidavit, the Election Commission had asserted in the apex court that the opposition leaders have been unable to raise any ground for altering the existing system of random counting of VVPAT slips from one polling booth per assembly segment. The Election Commission said that the system was found to be most suitable after due studies and tests. Meanwhile, Samajwadi Party patriarch Mulayam Singh Yadav filed his nomination from Mainpuri Lok Sabha constituency today. He filed his nomination papers from the same seat after a gap of 23 years. SP President Akhilesh Yadav and party leader Ram Gopal Yadav accompanied Mulayam Singh during the filing of the nomination. Mulayam Singh Yadav currently represents the Azamgarh Lok Sabha constituency. He had represented Mainpuri thrice earlier in 1996, 2004 and 2009. And some more national developments. Pakistani troops continue to fire mortar shells on forward areas along the line of control in Poonch district of Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan violated the ceasefire around 7:40 a.m. this morning by shelling mortars and firing with small arms along the line of control in Shahpur and Kedni sector of the Poonch district. This is the 4th consecutive day of ceasefire violation by Pakistan in the twin districts of Poonch and Rajouri. The firing has sparked panic among the border residents as mortar shells in different villages of Kasba, Kedni and Shahpur and others. All schools in the shelling hit areas have been closed as a precautionary measure. The Indian Army is retaliating effectively to the Pakistani firing. And in a major breakthrough for the security forces in Jammu and Kashmir, 4 Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorists have been killed in an anti-terror operation in Lassipura area of Pulwama district. The overnight operation was launched by the security personnel following a specific information about the presence of terrorists in Lassipura area. As the forces zeroed in the cordon, they came under firing from hiding terrorists. In the ensuing encounter, all the 4 terrorists were killed. The security forces have seized 2 AK-47 rifles, 1 SLR and 1 pistol from the spot. Search operations are underway to look for more terrorists in the area. And in another development, Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist Fayaz Ahmad Lone has been arrested by the Delhi Police Special Cell from Srinagar. A resident of Kupwara, Lone was carrying a reward of 2 lakh rupees. He was wanted in a case in which a non-bailable warrant was issued against him by the Delhi High Court. And with that, we'll slip into a very quick break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay with us. Welcome back. Markets rose today with the benchmark Sensex crossing 39,000 mark for the first time ever. The BSE Sensex surged over 300 points to a record high of over 39,000, led by buying interest in metal, PSU banks, auto and capital goods shares. On the Sensex chart, Vedanta, Tata Steel, Tata Motors, Mahindra and ICICI Bank led the rally. The broader NSE Nifty was higher by 62.60 points at 11,686.50 in early deals. And the new financial year starts from today, and all the announcements made by the Finance Minister during the Interim Budget 2019 will be applicable from today. The Interim Budget 2019 offered several benefits to small farmers and the workers in the unorganized sector through interest subventions and pension coverage. It also introduced changes in income tax rules to offer relief to small taxpayers and to the owners of residential properties. Zero tax on taxable income up to 5 lakh rupees to be effective from today. The increase in total income threshold will result in an increase in the tax rebate from 2,500 rupees to 12,500 rupees. Changes in standard deduction limit was also announced. It was hiked to 50,000 rupees. This change would allow individuals to save more. The new GST real estate rate too will be applicable from today. GST now will be levied at effective rate of 5% without input tax credit on residential properties outside affordable segment. And President Ramnath Kovind paid floral tribute to Mahatma Gandhi's statue in Santiago in Chile. He said love for fountain pens is one of the common links between Mahatma Gandhi and Pablo Neruda. President Kovind also visited Pablo Neruda Museum. He said that Pablo Neruda is one of the greatest poets of all times. Neruda was a Nobel laureate, diplomat, and a humanist. Kovind said that Neruda continued to inspire people across the world. And President Ramnath Kovind arrived in Santiago, Chile on the final leg of his three-nation visit. The president hopes for productive discussions with the Chilean leadership to further strengthen India-Chile bilateral relations. President Kovind also addressed Indian diaspora in Santiago.
Here in Chile, I am told that the Indian community has integrated well into the Chilean society and has established a good reputation for itself and for India. I congratulate you all, therefore, on being successful envoys for India and for imbibing the spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is, the world is one family to the core.
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu addressed a summit on empowering young entrepreneurs to create jobs at Bhubaneswar in Odisha. Addressing the gathering at the summit organized by Bharatiya Yuva Shakti Trust, Vice President Naidu said that upliftment of rural areas should be the uppermost in our planning. He said that Mahatma Gandhi said, "Go back to villages," and there is a need to do that today. He emphasized on the need for developing skills of the youth in rural areas.
Not only government of the center, or the state or the local bodies or the voluntary organizations or the private sector, everybody should give priority for the rural people's upliftment. That is the need of the hour. Not only creating infrastructure, not only providing them road, electricity, telecom, transport, water, market facilities, all these things. At the same time, we need to upgrade the skills of the rural people.
And in the latest from the neighboring country, where in a major tragedy in Nepal, at least 27 people have been killed and 400 others injured, as a massive rainstorm lashed several places in southern Nepal on Sunday night. The rainstorm swept through villages in Bara and Parsa districts, 128 kilometers south of Kathmandu. Security personnel have been deployed to the affected areas for rescue and relief operations. Nepal Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli visited the storm-hit areas and extended heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families. And that's all we have for you in this edition. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.